What happened?
It's processing, so let's just get going since
Oh.
the party, the
Okay.
drinks are here, the party's ready to
Okay,
go.
I got caught a little off guard, but that's okay because we know how to improvise here on the Lunchbox.
Are we live right now?
I think we
Oh,
are. We didn't
wow.
get the
I didn't
opening
get that.
jingle,
Yeah.
and everybody loves the opening jingle because it
know.
reminds people that I have an entire health clinic named in my honor.
Yes.
But here we are. Welcome back,
Hello.
everybody. It is part 2 of a day, evening. Well, it's not evening yet. It's still the afternoon.
No, it's late
So
afternoon.
it's kind of a breakfast happy hour doubleheader on the Lunchbox today. And we are at Taverna Kyma in Boca Raton. It's at 6298 North Federal Highway. And we are with the lovely proprietor, Sophia.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Welcome again back to
Yes.
the Lunchbox. We
Yes.
seem to be moving around in terms of last month. We were at Giorgio's, the bistro and bakery down the new one down on Galt Ocean Mile. You also have one in Hollywood, the original.
Sure do.
But now we're back here in
Where it all started.
where it all started.
With
Taverna
us.
Kyma. 14 years ago, is that right? 18 years
18-ish,
ago.
yeah.
I get my numbers jumbled, but
Yeah,
it seemed like just yesterday. How
Yeah.
are you?
I'm great. I'm great. How are
I'm-
you guys?
I'm a little tired because, we did a morning show at my favorite bagel place down in Dania in my old hood. That's Grandpa's Bakery and Bagel Cafe. And then I took my daughter to Miami Airport,
Oh, my
MIA,
goodness.
which usually is a really pain. But I tell you what, in the middle of the day is the best time to go down there because escaping from Miami can sometimes be a really hellish experience.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't too bad. But I've hit all 3 counties today. I mean,
Yes.
Miami-Dade,
Yeah.
Broward, and now, last but certainly not least, we're in
Save the
Palm
best
Beach
for
County.
last.
Yeah, and I'm very happy. And now that all my road travels and scheduling is done, I can just sit back and sip on one of these fine
Cheers.
cocktails.
And we
Is
say
it Friday?
Yamas.
It feels like it
Friday,
should
right?
be.
It should be like the end of the week,
Yamas.
right?
We're the Yamas.
Mm, that tastes good.
Good, right?
Fantastic.
What is it?
So this is called Mykonos Sunset, and it has the Grey Goose peach infused vodka,
Okay.
and has like muddled oranges and strawberries. So it gives it that
Real
sunset.
summer, vibrant feeling.
So yummy.
And I think that's the theme for today
I
is
think
we're
so.
going to be sliding into summertime. It feels like the weather is heating up.
Yep.
We've had a couple of thunderstorms, like rainy season is almost upon us down here, but we're going to take a trip out to the Greek Isles
We are.
today.
Yes.
We're doing the Mediterranean diet today.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Diet is no longer a 4-letter word.
Correct.
And I know when you said, oh, today I want to, feature the delights of the sea as if we were cruising around the Aegean. So
Yes.
we've got this is the shrimp.
This is our shrimp. This is called Santorini shrimp. Wow, look at the theme. I didn't even plan that.
That's great.
Santorini shrimp. It's shrimp baked in a light pink tomato sauce with some feta cheese on top. Roasted peppers. It has a lot of great flavors in there.
And then, of course, no Greek meal would be complete without a Greek salad, right?
Greek salad, our classic here. Just fresh, light, no lettuce.
Right.
You make mention
But
of
I do
that.
see red peppers in here. Is
Yes.
that a customary
Peppers,
component?
onions, cucumbers, and tomatoes, pretty much.
Yeah.
And a big chunk of feta on top.
And the real feta, the real
The
authentic,
real
feta,
creamy
yes.
stuff.
Yes.
I tell you what, this looks so good. I'm going right into
Go right
that.
in, and then
then
you
of
have to
course
take the pita and you have to dip it in the sauce there when you're done.
The Santorini sauce,
oh yes,
they call it. All right.
definitely.
Well, I'm going to go in because this looks like a heaping bowl of fresh deliciousness. And you know me, I'm all about eating healthy these days. And these veggies are just calling my name. I got the nice Greek, is it the Kalamata olives?
Kalamata olives. That's
There we
where my
go.
mom is from.
Here, and
I
I'm
got to
gonna-
do the best
And I'm
ones.
going to kind of chop up the feta in chunks here. I don't know if, do you want a little bit of that there,
I
Sophia?
would love some.
Oh, yeah, of course. So
I don't think I've eaten today.
then I think you should have
I
a
think that's
couple
been
of
a
bites
busy
to
day.
eat.
People
There
in
we go.
restaurants don't actually eat. I'm
Yeah.
just
I
saying.
know.
Like,
I noticed that.
Because, well, they used to say never trust a skinny chef or a skinny food critic, but it seems like the proprietors and the
Mhm.
managers
Are
are always skinny because they're running around. And I don't know
Yeah.
if you keep your step counter on.
I don't,
But
but I should.
I've heard from friends, and I think, what was it, Brandon or somebody at one of our places that we hit, probably batch, but it says they did like 16,000 steps a day.
It's
Yep.
insane.
You know,
Yep.
like you do at least a solid 6 miles walking around
For sure.
between tending to everything that needs
I was just
to be.
talking to my staff the other day because I walked out
Oh,
from
there's a giant. Is that a giant
that's a
prawn?
prawn. That's a South African prawn.
Oh
That's
my
one
goodness.
prawn?
That's one prawn.
That's a big.
Oh my god.
That's a
Yeah.
big
I'm gonna
prawn.
shook his hand.
All right. Well, you are. It's so funny. You try to. You say, "Oh, is this going to be enough?" I don't think it's enough.
I feel like today. I mean, I really scaled down today.
Well, because last time we
and
had 14 dishes. I mean, like, scaled down is now 7.
But during break, I might add some more things. Like I feel like
I
can't-
came in with a hankering for things, and then I'm like, you know what? Throw the hankering away at Sophia. She's gonna make sure we're taken care of,
Yeah.
like she will for all of you out there.
Yes.
Well, I'm going in. First bite is, and this is the new Mayo. Instead of diving right into the, I mean that shrimp Santorini looks absolutely
Ridiculous.
divine, but I've learned I better to start with some fresh vegetables.
Start with
So
vegetables.
I'm
And-
starting with the hummus, and it's funny. I know it's a basic dish. It's a basic Greek dish, and I've had it literally in Greece. I've had it all over the world. Their hummus is my favorite hummus. It's simple, but it has a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
It's not over the top, and it's a great way to get the meal started. To me, to set up all the other flavors to come.
Yeah, I agree. And it just your plate is like the base for that, and then as you keep adding, and then you use like a little tomato with the hummus, so you're building on your palate there.
So I am. Well, first of all, let's catch up. The last time, before the last time we saw you, it was right before Easter and also Eastern Orthodox, also known as
Yes.
Greek Easter.
Yes.
Hey, Lubie, I'm going to hit you with a
Yes,
shrimp.
sir.
If that's
I'm in for
okay.
that.
So I'm being
that's
a
beautiful.
very good
Thank you.
Like
host.
but
Literal.
I'm not hosting.
Thank
Sophia
you.
is, but I guess I pretend that I work in the
You're
restaurant
serving us, yeah.
industry for today, and scooping up that beautiful cheese and that creamy sauce. Yeah, you know what? You better hit me with a little pita.
Right?
I can't reach. I'm gonna
No, you're
eat.
good.
No, it's
Go
all
for it.
good. There we go. It's like I feel like I'm in an Italian restaurant where they got to do the scarpetta. Like the
Yeah, you got to put on top of
the,
it.
the
You gotta
shoe.
dunk it
You
in,
know,
yep.
you gotta dunk.
That's everything. Right now, what you're eating that's everything.
This is everything. I'm going in for everything. How was Greek Easter and all those lambs that you had roasting?
So we had 6
Oh
lambs.
wow.
It was extremely busy.
Mm.
But it was great. It was really great. I think it was like our record year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy.
That's amazing.
So the weather was beautiful,
God,
Yeah.
that sauce.
right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous.
I would
Uh,
lick the skillet. It's probably a little hot,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to do
Yeah,
that.
don't do that.
But that's tremendous. All right, so 6 whole lambs
Yeah.
on a spit.
Yep.
And I understand that there was a little 911, and you had
Oh,
to step
goodness.
in and kind of,
I did.
pitch
Thank-
in.
Yes. My manager was preparing the spit, and I don't know what he was doing, and he sliced his hand. Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh jeez.
So thank God he's okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that's number 1.
But I was kind of
This is what happens in the
he stepped-
restaurant
he st-
business.
Yep,
you,
he's
you
still
you plan, and then something happens, and then you have to always improvise.
Right.
And
because I am so like hands-on, and I don't have
Yeah.
like a ton of manager. It's just like pretty much me and him. I just brought somebody else on board right now, which I'm very happy about.
Nice.
But so yeah, that's what you got to do. You just step in and you just make it happen. So, and I have great staff, and I'm really, really lucky. Everybody stepped
and
up.
he's
and helped.
okay.
He's okay. Yes.
It's one of those scary moments, but.
Yeah.
And then, how many people did you have in on that day?
I want to say like over 600.
Oh wow!
But all
Really?
day, like all day.
Yeah, that's
so
amazing.
people 11:45. I mean, we open at
Right.
12, and people are coming
They
in
were
at
queued
11.
up. Well, they
Really?
smelled
So-
it. You know,
that's
they were
great.
like
And-
driving by, and they're like, "What's that? I
Yeah.
smell
Yeah.
something delicious." And
Yes.
they pull over, and then they see those lambs, and I
was good.
consider it one of those sites that brings me back to the old country. When you travel around Europe, you still see these villages where they have these feasts and celebrations.
Oh yeah.
You're
And-
walking through the street and you see the butcher, and there's not live, sorry.
Yeah, no,
You know,
it's,
the
it's-
animals
it's-
are like
it's on-
hanging there.
Yeah,
No,
they-
but that's the thing. That's why. And again, we're lucky. Not only have great restaurants down here, but there are even where I live out west, there's a few different Greek establishments that do a nice job. But when I came here and we did the Sunday roast, and they literally had her father is manning the spit, and all these other people are doing it. harkened me back to Greece. When we were in Athens, it was like that. Like they just had people, and they would do it with pork, they would do it with lamb, and it was like all over the place. And there's a restaurant literally in the middle of the square, and that's where their tables are. Like almost, it feels like family style.
Right.
And that's every time I come here, that's how it feels.
I think also in Europe, people are just much more in touch with their food, with the farming process.
Oh yeah,
like they know where
they
their
don't call
food
it
is
farm to
coming
table.
from.
That's just food.
Right,
Right.
It's food because,
Right.
and there's much stricter, I guess, requirements and restrictions against additives and preservatives and things in the EU. So that and people are not as, I would say, skeeved out by the fact that if something is freshly butchered, I mean, they have their hands on things. They are in touch with, this is how food is, how it gets to the table. Where in America, it seems like nobody knows or wants to know about the processes involved, and we're probably better off not knowing with some of the mass production facilities. And all you see is you get your package of meat in the store, and then people yell because the prices keep going up, but you don't know about the whole supply issues. But in Europe, it's like, you'll have a celebration where you actually see a lamb getting led down the street.
Yep.
Next thing you know, the butcher is there doing his thing, and then you get this fresh, beautiful product. And, sorry to all the vegans out there, but, this is a fact of life.
Yeah.
It's a dog eat dog and animal eat animal world out there.
And I think, I'm sure in Italy and other parts as well, like as a young kid going to Greece and going to your parents' village, you always had that pet rabbit.
Oh God. Oh no.
That always ended up,
they did that to my
being...
wife. They did that to my wife. They gave her something in the Dominican Republic. They have something called a guinea, which is like a big turkey. And her uncle gave it to her as a friend, and her dad got sick of it being in the house. And it was 2 days later, she ate the soup that she loved, and her pet guinea was in the soup. To this day, it's growing. To this day, and they laugh about it. They do. She still doesn't laugh about it.
Right.
It's. But I mean, it is. It's a fact of life. You have to eat to live. And
right. Yep.
And again, they don't wait. Again, where we have lots of supermarkets, it's like that. They don't. They buy the bread every other day. They buy the meat regularly. They're not overusing things. They appreciate the food, and they appreciate what it gives to them. So I get it. If you're vegan, it bothers you, but some of the things we do here, they don't do there. It's very systematic, and they don't overdo it.
To me, is when you go to Greece, everything is lamb or seafood. Do they even eat pork and
pig?
Do.
Oh yeah.
Do. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I just associate Greece.
Yep.
It's a lot of lamb, a lot of chickens, and of course seafood.
No, there's pork.
There is pork products. Okay.
Pork.
Absolutely.
My first euro was pork. Yeah. When they put it in an actual euro, a lot of the time they don't put lamb.
I love the pork.
Yep. They make lamb. You have lamb, but if you go to get a euro, when we were in Athens, whenever you go,
gyro.
I don't do that. I don't say gyro, but I don't do the accent.
Let's go get some gyros.
That's what you're gonna get in Boca. Yes. A lot of the time, if you get lamb, you get lamb. But if you get a euro, it'll be with pork. They do a sliced pork, and it's fantastic.
I realize that it's a mixed. Okay.
And they have beef everywhere. They do it. I mean, Kefka,
I went around the island, so all I saw was a lot of seafood.
Yeah.
And that's what the
Did
theme
you see
is
the
today.
octopus hanging?
Yeah.
I did. I know a lot of people. I love octopus, by the way. I think. There was a point where I got saturated with octopus. It seemed like every restaurant in the world down here, whether it was Greek, Mediterranean, or not, had octopus.
Yeah.
Excuse me, on the menu.
Yeah.
And it at one point I was like, all right, enough already. But when you get a really nicely grilled, tenderized octopus leg,
it's beautiful.
There's nothing better, but I also don't advise seeing The Octopus Teacher after that.
I've never seen that movie.
No, I haven't seen that. No.
I was listening to Paul Castanovo this morning. He was talking about octopus, and now his wife saw.
Oh, that's
movie.
my problem. They're really bright, and it sort of makes me feel bad.
But so his wife saw it, now forbids him from eating octopus, even though he loves it. But sorry, Paulie. But meanwhile, shrimp. This giant prawn.
So what do you do with
I have never seen. I've seen giant prawns from the Mediterranean, and but this is a South African one.
It looks like a lobster.
It looks like something
literally, literally.
Right.
It looks like it looks like almost a stone crab.
Is that a shell?
Yeah, well, it's like it's the outside, and I'm gonna cut it. It looks exactly like a lobster tail.
So if people are whatever, but it's it's just simply grilled. We put it on our wood fire grill with chopped tomatoes,
Again, this is cutting
And
back.
there we go. This is cutting back, and now we have the chicken kebab.
Chicken
We haven't
kebab.
even gotten to the whole fish yet, which I know. Wait, where are you going with that? We got to dip the sauce there. Thank you.
She's doing a good
I'm
job,
sorry.
but
She's doing a
we're
great job.
spoiled.
But you know me, I'm like, no, don't you dare take that sauce before it's time, because we're gonna keep.
Yeah,
talking.
it's beautiful.
Here, I'm gonna cut
You
you
two
a piece
take
of
a
this.
piece. I'm good with that.
Oh, you're good with
Okay.
that.
I want
Okay.
you guys to enjoy it.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
that's fine. There's
here,
a lot
I've
there.
got a little bit
Just wanna
for
taste it.
Lubie. They got the kind of a little bit of the
Yeah, that's
shell
fine.
on there,
That's
and
fine. wanna
delicious,
taste it. It
but
looks beautiful.
simply grilled. I already squeezed the lemon on top,
Yep.
Nice.
and it looks like if a stone crab kind of mated with a lobster, this
Yeah.
is what you'd get. You
Yeah,
get like
that's
a
what it looks
lobster
like.
tail with this full kind of, like you said, it's the shrimp head, and I love
Yeah.
to open
That's
that up
spectacular.
and get in there.
Some people love. I don't like to work for my food, so I don't. I don't eat stone crabs. I don't eat king crab legs. I
Really?
don't. No. I'm. If the shrimp is like the little shrimp is like the most, I will work for food.
Okay, because I love them, and I think
Some people love.
speaking of head-on sea creatures or crustaceans, crawfish is
There's a
still
season,
in
right?
season, and our
Yeah.
friend Tom Tanazzini wanted to let everybody know. We big supporters of
He does a good
Tom's
job.
Louisiana Kitchen. He no longer has any kind of brick and mortar setup.
But it does in the north, this area a lot.
Well, he goes, but
Boca
he
del
is doing
Rey.
a seafood boil this weekend. I'm
Oh,
not
nice.
exactly
Oh.
sure where, but if you go onto his Facebook page, he just wanted to let me know because he wanted to see if me and Val wanted any of his crawfish that he's boiling up this weekend. He said he got 4 sacks of it, and
Oh,
he's
nice.
looking to make sure that it doesn't go bad, and he could try to sell it all. And it's delicious stuff also. So go onto his Tom's Louisiana Kitchen Facebook page and place an order for that. And that would be a good pregame warm up to Mother's Day. And then you want to
Yes.
come here for Mother's Day. All right,
Yeah.
let's get now into, we had the Greek Easter celebration.
Yes.
A massive day,
Yes,
massive
I love it.
success.
I love it.
And now we've got Mamma Mia.
Yeah, great
Mamma
place for
Mia.
Mother's Day.
Although, that's a little Italian, but it's close enough to
Mediterranean.
Greece.
It's
Yeah.
Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Well, it was in Greece, the whole thing, right?
Right.
So that's, I guess, where the spin is.
Every word began in Greece. That's what
True.
the
Very
the,
true.
the entomologist would say. Is entomology the study of insects or words, or that's
I think
etymology?
It's their etymology. Entomology. I think it's the origin of words.
Okay, and then etymology. One of
One
them is
is bugs,
insects. One of
yes.
them's words. So I don't know how I got
You could
here.
have said either. I'm sure most people
Yeah,
wouldn't.
nobody would have just keep going,
Just keep,
Mike.
Just
yes,
keep going.
just
They don't
keep-
know, yeah.
All right, so we've got the Mother's Day big celebration, and it's also going to be one of these spread out days where people will be streaming in, whether it's after church and
Yep.
right at you're opening up at noon.
Yep, at noon.
Okay, and what's going to be the special treat for moms?
So we have we're gonna have a couple special dishes that I will create soon.
Oh, okay.
that I don't know what I'm doing yet, but
That's
it'll
classic.
come to me. I definitely know that all the mothers get a free glass of prosecco.
Nice.
Right.
So Mike was talking about, some people do flowers. I said, I'm a mother, and I know I would like a glass of prosecco.
Right. Forget the rose.
I'm like, a single rose. What am I doing with it?
The rose.
I might leave it behind. Like
It withers.
the
100% leave
You
it
you
don't
know?
alone.
throw it in the vase right away.
Right. Yes.
So prosecco.
So prosecco.
Much,
I'm looking out for the moms.
That's
and
great.
that is spoken like a mother of, what is it, 3?
3 boys.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll do a glass of prosecco for the moms. Some are definitely our full menu, and a couple specials.
Nice.
Wow, very, very good. And again, the hours are going to be from noon till the Uzo runs out.
Until
Basically.
the Uzo runs out.
Oh, really?
Until the prosecco runs out, I guess.
gonna say
Here.
Do you have a lot of reservations on the books already, or
I
how do
do.
people do if they wanted to get involved with all the great
So
food here at Taverna
easily
Kyma?
just call if you want to call.
Ooh, this
You
chicken
can go on
looks
Open
good.
Table, go on our website, tavernakyma.com, which we just launched a new website, by the way. It's
Oh, nice.
beautiful.
Mm.
And
Oh, this chicken is so good.
good, right?
It's moist. It's not overcooked. I hate when people hammer chicken.
Oh, my God.
And it's a real skill to make sure you grill it
Yep.
properly and cook it through.
Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, this is
This is behind our whole fish, labraki and lamb chops. This is our #1 seller.
really.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, I can see why. It's fantastic.
It's good.
that is very good.
So
And it's guilt-free eating. It's not
Oh,
an
yeah, it's grilled.
octopus. It's a
It's beautiful.
chicken.
you got to
Yeah,
get the
there you go.
veggies in there too. They're really good.
Oh, those the Greek string beans. These
They're
are my
beans, yeah.
favorite. And
We call them Yaya's veggies.
yeah,
'cause
and
they're
yaya
just-
it means
yeah,
grandma.
Grandma.
And this morning we were
And-
talking about Bubby and Bubala, little
Yep,
grandmothers
yep.
with matzo ball soup competition that
Wow.
the Sun Sentinel had, and it was a very surprising. We did a blind taste test. There were 5 finalists, and the Sun Sentinel, besides having a reader's choice, was based on reader votes, which is going to be announced, I think, any day now. But they said, why don't we take the 5 finalists? And on the show yesterday, we gathered all the 5 finalist soups in one building, and then had 3. Oh, here's the whole fish. It's a lavraki, right?
Lavraki, yes.
Which is also known as the Mediterranean.
Mediterranean sea bass.
Oh, it's a sea bass. Okay.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Wow.
That's what it's the equivalent.
Or a branzino.
Bronzino lavraki. No, that is a bronzino.
Oh, it's
but
a
they call
branzino,
it
right.
the
But they call it
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean sea bass, but
Yeah.
it's in the
I mean,
branzino family.
It's
Yep.
a fun thing.
But anyway, we had 3 judges, 2 journalists from one the Sun Sentinel, one from the Jewish Journal, and then a professional chef, Danny Surfer, who is a great restaurateur in Miami. He's got a place called Blue Collar and a place called Mignonette. But he's a nice Jewish boy, and he loves his matzo ball soup. He also makes it for the holidays. 5 finalists, and I'm still in shock about this. Talk about an upset. I'm going to give you the 5 finalists. I don't know if you go to delis and eat matzo ball soup.
I don't.
Okay. Wow, she made a face like
Seriously.
I don't. You know what? I don't.
matzo balls
yeah.
are one of those acquired tastes,
Right.
and it's one of those things that if you didn't grow up with it, you would say, "What is this, and why are people eating it?"
Yeah.
Because it has no flavor, as
By
Defo
itself,
said.
yeah.
But Dan Surfer laid waste to that. He made his own batch of matzo balls that had a proper amount of the schmaltz,
Yep.
of the chicken fat in
With the
it, so it
seasoning.
actually had some good flavor. But the 5 finalists: 3G's in Delray Beach, Ben's in Boca, which is far
Yes.
west here in Boca. Then we had Grandpa's, which is one of our great sponsors in Dania Beach. They made the cut. Top Hat Deli, which is in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And then 2J's, which is
Ooh.
the chain
Yeah.
that is, a lot of people look down on 2J's and say, oh, it's not
They're
a
a
real
chain.
deli, including Dan Surfer, who was one of our judges, who was saying, what's 2J's doing in there? Well, lo and behold, what does a blind taste test do? 2J's won,
Put
and it was
2
almost
J's in the running. That's
two-
what it did.
and 2J's actually won. I mean, 2 out of the 3
No.
judges had it first place, and one of them had it in second place, and the one of them that had it in first place was Dan Surfer.
Dan Surfer.
And when I revealed the results, jaws dropped. It was unbelievable, and that's
That's amazing.
that's the fun part of doing a blind taste test. Same thing happens with wine tastings. I don't know if you've done any of
I
those.
haven't, but I've heard of people.
Like you think
know-
it's the greatest wine ever, and it's
Uh-huh.
like,
The ones that are $100
Like in
come
the
out
box.
last, and the
Right.
ones that are $15 come
Right.
out first.
Right.
Because they're young and ripe and ready to drink right off the bat.
Yep.
They don't need to lay down. So I'm always intrigued by that. So that was funny. And I just keep repeating it today because,
no, I think it's insane.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna lie. When
I
it
think
comes-
that's a great story.
it is. It
I
just,
really do.
It's,
think it's a great story.
what I think, what I will say is, because again, we like to align ourselves with either mom and pop or mom and pop, like you guys are regional
Yep.
chains in a sense, right? You have multiple Greek restaurants, you have multiple bakeries in South Florida.
But we are small.
But your
family-owned.
mom
Yep.
and family owned, right? So
Yes.
we like to align ourselves with that. We like to support that. Eat local. We're big on that. But it's not like for a lot of as we do this show, we I don't know if we cast aspersions against chains, national chains, but we somewhat stay away from them. But look, they exist for a reason,
Mhm.
and we've all eaten at them. Like that's the funny thing is I grew up going to them with regularity.
Yeah.
And it reminds you that they do have their place as much as they get in the way of a lot of things these days, buying up this and that and pushing out the mom and pops that we adore. They do. It's not that they automatically do everything bad or automatically do everything a cookie cutter, because that's they did not know it was 2J's. These are 2 were Jewish women that make their own matzo ball soup and have been eating matzo ball soup their whole life, and they're journalists, so they're very investigative and honest. And Danny Surfer is one of the renowned chefs, like Blue Collar and Mignonette are 2 of the bigger restaurants in all of South Florida, very well respected, and they're on an elevated level. And they all picked 2J's, and they did it definitively. Like they, even when the one that picked it second, it was very close to first. So it's like, you know what? As much as we roll our eyes,
Right.
there is a place for all of these types of restaurants.
it just goes to show, like sometimes chains, the one thing they are,
Known
good
for,
at
yeah.
is consistency.
Consistency.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And because they have to have these recipes that will
Yep.
withstand different kitchens and different locations.
Circumstances,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah, that's it.
They
So
have to, cookie cutter everything, and Yep.
Again, congrats to them.
Yeah,
Yes,
they won.
Congrats.
The judges, the fan won. They're
And
still
congrats
working on
to all, all the finalists, because, everything is so subjective. And there was a bunch of decent places that didn't even make the final cut because it was by popular vote. Maybe I'm going to have to tell the Sun Sentinel folks to do a best, I don't know, if we do a best chicken kebab, this one blows
I
everything
was gonna think
I've
lamb or
had.
Euro. I'm trying to think of something
No,
in
we
the Greek
we
world.
could do like the soup.
Oh, the
Avgolemono soup.
okay, that's with
Okay.
But
the
there's so many
little
spins
lemon
on
and
that. Yeah.
orzo.
Yeah, there's so
Mm.
many spins
Oh,
on
you brought that
that.
up. That was
I would say
fantastic.
when you think Greek, they'll probably do a best gyro,
Gyro.
or a
Yes.
best souvlaki,
Something
or,
of that nature, yeah.
Yes.
Or they might just do a
Tzatziki,
best.
tzatziki tasting.
best-
Yep. I mean, honestly, even something of
Let's
a
do a
hummus.
hummus one.
Let's
I
do a
think I'm
best-
gonna
you
win.
would kick butt if it was hummus.
And the thing with hummus, though, is because it's all over the Mediterranean, then you're going to get some from Greek restaurants.
You get
some
different
from
kinds,
Lebanese.
Different varieties. Yeah, some people put tahini in it. Some people put different things.
Sometimes
But
it's chunkier, and I
Uh-huh.
like yours where it's nice and mixed well.
Meanwhile, big kudos to the kitchen
You
and the
guys do
chefs
such a
here,
great
because
job.
I came in saying I'm not really hungry.
I
Ozempic
did
has
keep
been
it light
kicking in,
today.
and
If this is it, then yes, for you, I wouldn't use the word light with what we have in front of us, but for you, this is light. Yes.
It's light food.
No. You promised when we were at the bakery you were gonna go seafood, and you
Yes.
kept your light with grilled chicken, and you
Yes.
kept your word.
it's lightish. And,
Yes, lightish.
Yeah,
Yes.
you'll get
lightish
full, you'll
rhymes
get
with
full.
fish, and I'm
It's
going
just
to
a
about to
lot
dig
of
in.
light food. That's it.
So the whole fish, some people get a little bit off put or intimidated by having a complete fish with the head to the tail here.
Yep.
And I say, no. This is the only way to have fish. And I hope I don't offend anybody here at the
Oh, are
table.
you doing it?
Well, I'm not going to do
He
the
likes it.
eyeball.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
hardcore.
that's hardcore.
But you know me,
cheek.
I love the cheek.
Cheek's
Anybody
really good.
know who's a fish eater
The meat's great in the chicken.
know that the sweetest meat on any fish is right beneath the eye socket in the cheeks area, and I'm going in there. Now, do you do the eyes?
I don't.
Okay.
No, she made a face.
I
That was
don't.
impressive.
Who does the eyes?
She-
Oh, it's popping out.
Oh no, Mayo. At least you
My
can't. say
kids
it.
have done the. My dad handed them
can't,
the
you
eye
know.
in Greece. Like
And
he
they
was
just
like
ate it.
here, and they were like, okay.
I've eaten a lot of funky things in my time, but I
Yeah.
still can't do the eyes. I can eat, I'll eat the head of the shrimp. Well, I'll do that during the break.
You really,
Um,
you really are pushing it.
Do
I
you
am
know how
pushing.
to properly clean,
You mean to get it off
Fillet
so
it?
it's
Yeah,
right off the
fillet.
bone? I should.
or just dig in? I mean, people just dig in.
So there is some people who do the full fillet where
Oh,
you
we
you
just
cut
pull- yeah.
down and then you
I just
kind
pull
of
from it.
you go.
We just grab meat. Yeah,
Well, you go. I think I got it. Hold on.
that's pretty clean.
I kind of go. You
Oh, I
lift
got
it
that,
up
Yeah.
Look at you.
and you kind of do one side and you kind of if. The only way to really properly eat fish like this is you leave the skin on, because the
Yeah,
skin, if
the
it's
skin's
properly
beautiful.
grilled,
Skin's beautiful.
and here, look at this. It's almost like I could work at some
Look at you.
You
fancy
can.
restaurant.
Wow.
Yes.
Here, I'm going to put this
If I'm
over.
short staffed, I'll
Give
give
it
you
to
a
me.
call.
Yeah,
You
and
can be
as-
my
and as
Bronzino
always, you
cleaner.
gotta watch out for the little bones, because sometimes they sneak in there.
They do.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
And that's one reason why people are sometimes a little hesitant or reluctant. But I say it is the sweetest way to eat fish is having it grilled whole.
Oh yeah.
So I got the top half off, and I love these capers and
Yeah,
lemons
beautiful.
and all that.
It's really nice.
And here, so I've got one half of it bone, filleted, bone, deboned,
No
however you
problem.
want to call it. Let me get some lemons to people out
My
there.
staff
Squeeze-
does really do a good job when they do fillet it, like
Mhm.
table side, or some people don't even want to see it. When it comes, it's like just a white fish.
Right.
So,
Mm.
and then you put some
Those
olive
people
oil
are no
on.
fun. You gotta get a little messy in life. That's what I say. Okay,
Yes.
and here we go. So now what you have is when you have
Oh, you do that
the
part. Wow.
picked up,
Look at
you
Mayo.
just
Oh Jesus.
lift off the
I was gonna grab
skeleton
her break.
like this. You see, the whole skeleton comes right out,
That I've
and
never
now
seen.
this other side is basically a fish fillet. Am I right? Do I
Yeah.
get hired?
For a guy that got
Do I
fired
have to
after like
jump?
a week at the butcher shop, that was actually really impressive.
No, my one restaurant job was actually at a kosher deli in Boston in Harvard Square, and it was called Maven's Kosher Court because it was co-owned by Alan Dershowitz, who was then a very well-known Harvard law professor. He has now gone on to being known for other things.
Yes.
But I got fired after a week because I sliced half my thumb off in the slicer, and I bled on a women's sandwich. It was like opening night. It was very hectic.
And that's why
And,
you doing that. I'm glad to bring back
They
flashbacks.
said, "Get out of here!" But no, the filleting the fish. I think I'm pretty good at that. And
You
No,
did
I'm
a
not gonna lie,
great
that was
job.
actually impressive. I've
I
seen
was
people
very
know
impressed.
what they're doing, not do it as well as you
see,
do.
I have some skills. I could
You
actually
do.
go out in the real world and maybe get hired. But then I
No, we're
would,
not going to test that.
If this gig doesn't
Let's
work
keep doing
out.
But
Funny time with Sophia.
man, this Lavraki, the
Lavraki.
No, this is
Barancino-
fantastic. Look, and it's funny you talked
Oh,
about
God.
it. I didn't
That
grow
is
up
light.
eating the whole fish,
Mm.
so I used to shy away from it. My wife grew up in the islands; they would eat the whole fish from like the beach. People would just sell it to
Oh,
them
yeah.
on the beach.
Absolutely.
So I've gotten accustomed to not only eating it but enjoying it. This is fantastic. Like the flavors in this are wonderful.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you. Yeah.
We have to take the first break,
Mhm.
but I am just not only astounded because I basically you with your food preparation have conquered the Ozempic. It's like
Well, it's lighter things though. These
but
are
I'm
the things
just like-
Ozempic wants
usually
in your body.
lately on shows, I haven't even been taking a nibble. I've been taking one little
Yeah.
polite bite.
Yeah,
This,
we haven't
I'm
seen
like-
the Mayo plate in a while.
I
I'm
know.
digging
This was
in.
my goal today. I
To
was
beat
set
us.
out
You-
for this.
You have beat the Gila monster. The Gila monster venom is what they make Ozempic out of,
Oh my god!
and it actually like
That's so funny.
paralyzes your intestinal tract so that you don't even want food because it can't even get processed. But everything here, my body is craving because it's all light and
Mhm.
healthy, and that's the
Yes.
kind of food that you crave when you
Yes.
start getting in, the
Light,
right
healthy,
frame of
and
mind.
flavorful, which
Yeah.
is not always
Yeah.
easy to do.
And I haven't been drinking much, but I got to say this.
Yeah,
Is
this
it a
is one-
Santorini Sunset? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
This is
And
really
it's light
good.
and bright,
This
and
is
I'm gonna
really
just
good.
forget the straws.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
a
just
little
start
sweet, but
pounding
it's
it.
natural sweet because
Yeah.
it's the orange and the strawberry.
Well,
so
no,
it's not like
I feel like this is the kind of thing that gets you in a lot of trouble because
Oh.
it tastes really good.
You could drink
It's
these all
not too
day.
sweet
Right.
because that's something he doesn't like.
No, perfect.
And I'm like,
perfect.
there's got to be alcohol in there
And
somewhere.
it tastes
and
like
it's Sophia.
fresh fruit, and that's the other thing that my body's craving now. Is besides all the great fresh vegetables, but if you give me a nice piece of fruit, it kind of satisfies the sweet tooth, but in an all
I
natural
just added
way.
some vodka to it.
And usually
This
my
would be
body
great
has been
on
saying,
Mother's Day too.
Yes.
all right, I am going to try to restrain myself. Let's take our first break here
Yeah.
on our afternoon happy hour edition. Well, we're not really featuring happy hour, but that is
No,
going on now.
it
right?
is.
It's open.
It
People are
is.
coming. Starting to, oh wow, people are
Yeah.
coming
Give
in.
the
Yeah.
details
My
again.
bar
It's
is full right now. I just
That's a
turned
good
back.
thing.
Well, your happy hour is great.
especially,
Yes.
having a full bar for happy hour in the middle of the week is always a good thing.
Always a good thing.
And that goes from 4 to 7? or
3 to 6.
3
3 to 6. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And that long menu of so many great dishes on
Yeah.
there. You don't feel like you're
No, no.
having to sacrifice anything. If you come in here, you get that lamb chop that's on. I mean,
Yes.
very, very impressive happy hour menu right here at Taverna Kyma. Again, it's right here on Federal Highway. I've forgotten the address rank. Again,
6298.
6298 North Federal.
Correct.
Just go north of Linton before you hit the Delray Beach line. You will run into Taverna Kyma. It is a great place
Fantastic.
for all the freshest and Mediterranean, Greek food, that seafood. Oh my God.
Well, it's funny. Like I stopped off at home after the other show, and my wife had just ordered some food. I'm like, you better not eat a lot. I'm going to Kyma, and she was like, oh my God, really? She literally like put the food right in the fridge, and she's
Said,
like,
"Uh-oh."
okay.
Yes, you better save those bagels from Grandpa's for
I'm
breakfast.
packaging a baklava. I mean,
Oh,
galakta burriko for her.
She's got- I'm like-
100%.
I love it when like I can tell when she knows like the places that are like fantastic, and she just gets excited. And like, good call.
All right, Lubie, let's do it. We'll take the first break, and we'll come back with more on the Lunchbox from Taverna Kyma after these words. Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to bashsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Yamas. We're back at Taverna Kyma. I can't put down this.
So this is just fruit?
It's
Yep.
And
muddled.
not a mix of any kind.
So it has the infused vodka.
Okay. Okay. So that has like
yeah,
okay.
club
It's Grey
soda.
Goose
Yeah.
with peach.
Because
Yep.
it's really nice. It's not too sweet, but it's not like
No,
undersweet
it's,
either.
It's,
like
it's perfect, and it's
really, it really does feel summer.
I want to drink the whole thing, but I know that again with the strawberries and the oranges muddled. Oh wow! Oh, you did hit us with the Greek version of a paella.
I
and
did.
I forget what it's called.
This is called thalassino. Thalassa in Greek means ocean.
nice.
Thalassino.
Like Kyma means wave. So
Right.
this is all
Nice.
where, yes.
That's where it all comes together.
Yes.
Taverna Kyma, you got the waves, and then you got the Tassili.
Thalassino.
Thalassino. Why do I
Yes.
think of Thessaloniki is a
That's-
city
Yes,
that's
what
a
we
city,
love.
to the north.
yes.
I want to go there
Sea.
so bad.
Yeah,
We've heard
it's
it's
beautiful.
amazing. I've heard
It's
it's
my
amazing.
good buddy, college buddies, Lockie's father, late father, and his whole family was from Thessaloniki.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes.
When we were there, people kept saying Santorini is amazing, Mykonos is amazing, but you have to see. They said Paros, Naxos, and Thessaloniki. They
Yes.
kept saying that.
Thessaloniki is a city to the north.
Yes.
And
Kept
it's
saying
on
that.
the sea. But oh my God,
That's
did we have this
beautiful.
dish the first time we were here?
Possibly.
We may have.
But it's a showstopper. I mean, look at this. This whole
It's
array
not
of
paella. It's
mussels.
just great fish.
Well, is it on
Seafood.
rice or is it just
It's
seafood?
orzo.
Oh,
Orzo.
oh my god.
Oh my goodness!
I love that she's like,
gracious.
there's not enough. One and two, asking my wife likes all of these dishes. Like what she would come up with, I love her with all my heart. Would not be any of this. Like this is like better than what her and I like. There's huge scallops.
I see
Yeah.
calamari rings.
Octopus.
I see octopus. I see a scallop.
Look at these scallops.
I see shrimp.
Yep.
I see the
Okay,
mussels.
this is a dish that people
And-
can order
Correct.
and get. This isn't just for this. Is
No.
not just.
no,
For,
no,
No.
this is a real.
this is
live
beautiful.
item on the menu that's here at Taverna Kyma. I'm going in for some of this beautiful. It looks like again, just
God,
like a
look at
little
the
bit of
calamari.
tomato and
Yep.
what's in the
Just-
broth here. It's,
Just a light tomato sauce.
okay. Here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a
With
little
all
bit
the
there,
flavors.
Lubie, if you're
Oh,
ready
yeah,
for more.
sure.
And again,
I love when
you know, I think between you and Lenore at Gilbert's,
Oh yeah, you two.
you
it's
are
a
in competition. You don't know Lenore. Lenore doesn't know you, but you seem to have a common quest, which is to put Mike Mayo back in size 40. Just when I bought a new belt, I'm down 2 buckles on the new
But
belt.
this isn't heavy. This is good. This is all protein.
It's all good for me. Yes, that's what they
Yes.
say.
Yes.
And we haven't even got to
You know, there's
desserts,
not-
and you've already said,
Listen,
oh,
the dessert we're gonna go off a little. We're gonna
Okay.
go off. We're gonna
Off
go
the
off
rails.
script a little bit. Yes,
okay.
but
Well-
we have some Santorini wine.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I mean, how
yeah.
could
I
you go
got
wrong?
so distracted with this beautiful
No, we have to drink
seafood
the wine.
dish
Sorry.
Cheers.
that we've got new wine
Yeah,
in front of us, and I usually
Cheers.
don't drink white wine, but
Maybe
lately
in the
I've
summer.
been making exceptions. Summertime seafood.
It works. Like my wife is a
And-
big fan of it. I agree with you. Like I lean red.
Yep.
But like when it's warmer out, you're hanging out, a nice rosé or a nice white wine. Is
Yes.
Like,
Well, and I
fits.
like the offbeat ones. Again, I went to a Sunday brunch at that new Catch and Cut. We had some seafood, and we had this Italian. I forgot what it's called. Albert. No, it's
I know what you're talking
it's a
about.
Santorini. It's not Santorini. Oh my God.
You said Italian.
Italian.
The other one. What's the island off the
Sardinia?
coast?
Sicily?
Sardinia. That's not Sicily. Sardinian. It was a Sardinian wine, and it was great. It was
Albarino, I think.
Albarino.
Right?
Thank
Okay.
you.
She knows her
Thank
wine.
you for saving the food, supposed food and wine expert.
Yeah, but you're not
I'm
from the
shocked.
Mediterranean. She's from there. It's in her
Yes.
blood.
And that's again a wine that is from that great island, Sardinia.
Mhm.
And I like having these kind of more offbeat wines, and
Mhm.
this is from Santorini.
The grape is called Assyrtiko.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that's the varietal, and it's
It's the-
Santorini's well known for this.
It's a little bit fuller bodied. It's
Yep.
not as I would say crisp and minerally as some others, but this
Yeah.
will be I'm sure pleasant to a lot of people who are familiar with the the California
Yeah,
Chardonnay.
it has sort of a California kind of.
It's
vibe
got a
to it.
little bit more of the sweetness to it.
Yeah.
But again, pairs perfectly with the fish and anything that has that lemon sauce and anything with a bright citrus and acidity. So job well done
Yeah,
on
fantastic.
the Santorini.
She does a really good job.
wine.
I remember she'll bring the one show where we had like 4 different kinds of wine, and every wine paired differently with every dish. And I was like, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, she's studying to be a sommelier because she's like right on it.
It's
when it comes to
it's
the
a
wines.
personal preference. That's what I hand pick all the wines on our list.
Oh, you do.
I'm very yes. I mean obviously I don't like every varietal, but
Mhm.
I'm very involved in if I don't like it,
Okay.
I'll deviate a little bit, but it's mostly what I like. I put out what I like. So
Are you switching or do you try it? Because I feel like
Yep.
you've offered us different wines
yes.
almost every time we're here. So are you changing it out? I mean, I know people have their mainstays. I get it, but like, are you trying new things? I know a lot of people do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So like every 6 months, I just kind of
Oh,
I
wow.
polish it up,
Nice.
add something, like I have my core base of things, but then I'll add, here and there. So I like to just, if something
mixing it up.
doesn't sell also,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
time
bring
to get
something
it up.
else in,
Right, yeah.
You want to
Like,
please the people
yeah.
and
Yep.
have things that they'll drink and consume.
A couple years ago, Sancerre was never on any menu.
It's everywhere.
And now I can't get it, It's
Right.
like
and Sancerre is one of the great white wines
Amazing.
of the world.
amazing, yeah.
My girlfriend Val, big fan of Sancerre's
Yep.
and all the crisp white dry wines. And and we see the full bar here during happy hour. I hope everybody has now learned that what's on the wine list, for the happy hour.
Oh.
You can't go off script.
No.
I'm sorry.
No,
always,
but I like that you warn people because that
it's
was
funny
just
how
one of the dumbest
damaged
things I've ever
I
heard.
am. The Let's Eat South Florida group is approaching 200,000 members. The other co-founders of the group, Gretchen and Dave, was like, "Do you want to have a party or try to plan something?" And I was like, "No, I'm good.
You're tired.
I don't want to find a venue that
Gonna
can
be more
fit
with more of those
200,000 people, and then they'll be writing up posts complaining about
your party.
the wine that they ordered, which wasn't listed on Happy Hour." There's certain posts that stick out in my memory just because
I forgot
people
about that.
well, I'm sorry.
I didn't forget
one.
one. I didn't forget either though, because it was one of the weird. It's like we've all gone. To,
There's people who just come looking for things to complain about, and it seems pretty easy to me that when you go to a restaurant and you look at their happy
they give
hour
you a
list,
menu.
they
That's-
list the wines
right,
on
the
it. If
menu.
the wine that you want isn't listed on the happy hour,
Yep.
that it means that it's a specialized wine that you're going to be paying a different price for.
it's
But
fine.
Especially the price
No,
on the menus increase as you go down. So you
Like-
pick the
like-
last one.
I'm sorry, folks, but Camus and
Oh,
Chef Lafitte, the Rothschild, is not going to be priced at $7 a glass. It's just not the way of the world.
Well, no, but what I'll say is for them, it's not stuff I would have gotten when I was a sophomore in college either. It's still high level,
Definitely.
really nice wine.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
And
Yeah.
There's a list. Go off the list.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I brought that up.
It's all right.
It just every week I just shrug my shoulders and give a big sigh about somebody will post something, and it just amazes me that
They have the
But
goal.
you know what?
Yeah, the goal.
It makes for good entertainment.
For
and
sure.
As we have.
For
Well,
sure.
says
she's
that with a
smiling.
big
She's
smile.
smiling. But no, but what we've learned also, restaurateurs do use it as a tool.
Yes.
And you said, look, you like mixing it up just because you like mixing it up, but also you know what sells or what doesn't sell. Same thing. Like as much as it bothers him, and I roll my eyes because I try to be the best. I've worked in restaurants. I've also eaten in restaurants, so I try to cover both sides of it.
Yeah.
Like restaurateurs will use it. It's like, okay, you know what? As crazy as that is a human being that goes to restaurants. There may be others that think like that, so I have to just be ready for that. And sort of guard
also
against it.
It's also like a teaching tool for us
Yes.
because when my bartender gives the regular menu,
Yeah.
and they've already looked at the happy hour menu, maybe they could just reiterate,
That's it.
this is not happy hour.
Right.
This is happy hour.
this is
Or
the
if they
regular
say,
menu.
"Oh, I'll take a $20 glass of
Just
wine."
remind them, that's not on the happy hour.
Correct.
And that's okay.
So
And you know what? The sad part is most people, 95% of people are reasonable human
Oh,
beings.
yeah,
100%.
for sure.
And know how to go by the rules.
Yes.
And don't try to I'm not
Make a
saying
move is what
anybody
I like
is.
to say.
You say pulling a move, and
Yes.
but it's something that keeps everybody on their toes. All right, let's go
Yes.
back to the positive talk.
yes,
And I will never remember the name of it. I'll just call it
Thalassino.
Thessaloniki. That's what I'm going to call
Yes,
it.
you are.
Thessaloniki
I think I'm going to
stew.
rename it on the menu
Thessaloniki.
just for you.
Thessalonu. No,
Thalassino.
What you have to put the L for
Thala.
Thalassino.
Thalassino.
There you
Yes,
go.
Means
perfect.
Treats of the sea. I'm going to
Correct.
make that part up.
No, it's true.
If you say anything authoritatively enough,
Send them in
Correct.
people will believe you. So thalassinu means treats of the sea.
Yes.
And it's great. I love the presentation in this beautiful big skillet, the layering of the different components. And it reminds me more than paella, of course, is kind of with the Spanish, with the rice
Yes.
No.
and the very, the saffron rice. It's a drier dish. This reminds me of a Italian seafood cioppino, they call it. And
Oh.
sometimes the cioppinos can be served just with the seafood. But I used to go to a place in San Francisco that had their cioppino served over pasta, just like
Interesting.
the ziti or the rigatoni, but it would all be in the the broth, the juice, and it just would all soak it up.
Yeah.
And it was so good. So every culture has their kind of
Yeah.
same
Yes.
thing that you can find, whether it's a, hummus on the flatbreads, and, here, of course, you got the pita breads, and this dish,
Yeah, but
it's spectacular.
what I like about it is, and I like paella, and you can get really good paellas that are hearty. It's not just rice, but a lot of the time,
No, rice with seafood
it's a
and
lot of
sausage
rice
and rabbit sometimes.
with
And,
things in it, but the rice is there, and then
Yes.
you have to sort of sift for
Correct.
the proteins.
Right.
That's why I joked with her. It's just for us because there's literally mussels lining it.
right, you
Yes.
can't find the orzo. You really have to go. You have to go fishing for the orzo.
But the orzo's there, which is good. I like a carb with a protein, especially a dish like this, a mixture like this. But the seafood's not only separated, but there's like chunks of it. Like there's just a lot of it. And usually when you get a dish that's a mixture of a pasta or a rice with a protein, I don't know how. I'm always curious
The ratio.
how much of it, because and you guys like it's heavy with the protein.
Yes.
I was joking with you because I've seen people get it, and they all always are like,
Yeah.
is that for us? Like
the
and
ratio is
it's
very
just a
generous.
lot. It's
The-
very
yes.
generous, and
Yes.
it's nice, and it's cooked perfectly. Like the calamari,
So,
grilled calamari, or
Do you
calamari
sell
like
a
this is
lot of
amazing.
these?
We do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I can
We do.
imagine.
And because our menu, we really like people sharing.
This,
So
Yeah,
this
this-
seems like it'd
so,
feed
like-
a small army.
Yeah.
Let alone like obviously.
I
two
mean,
or
three
I
three
don't
people.
think I don't think it's enough. I'm just saying.
So, and the mussels, are they? Do you know the source of the mussels? Because I know a lot of people now are using mussels from Canada, Prince Edward Island, or Maine. But these are these European mussels, or you don't quite know?
I don't
stumped
know.
you. Okay,
You
I didn't mean to
stumped
stump
me.
you.
I'm
All right.
sorry. I have to ask my
Taste the mussel.
manager.
Yeah, there you go. Taste the mussel.
I know it looks
great.
pretty and I know it tastes good, but
Mhm.
my manager takes care of,
All right, good for him.
sourcing it.
I'm gonna say because they're smaller. I'm just gonna guess, and I guess we could ask the manager.
I'm
We'll
gonna
ask
ask
him.
him.
We'll ask him. Yeah,
Oh yeah, they taste
they're really good.
little nubs of sweetness. Oh, that's
And the
I
juice
love
is
that broth.
nuts. The
That's
broth
so
is
good.
amazing.
All right, I
And
have
we
no
have
idea.
another mussel dish,
Mhm.
which now I'm mad that I didn't bring it out.
No,
No,
don't
no,
be
no,
mad.
no.
Don't be mad,
had
please.
plenty.
They're ouzo mussels.
Ooh,
So we
Ooh.
cook it in an ouzo broth.
Oh wow,
is that?
how's that
So
different than this? What
Uh,
broth is this?
this just is a tomato sauce. We do use vodka here. We have like a lot of our saute stuff and everything. We like to use a splash of vodka in there.
Okay.
So
Oh, that doesn't. Oh, ouzo. Okay, ouzo.
Yeah.
is supposed to
well,
be-
then we have the ouzo mussels.
Right. I was thinking, is that like beer? What is it?
yeah, the beer battered or
No.
their cheese.
Not beer goggles, but when people get beer bravery,
Oh,
like you
God.
go
Oh.
to a bar and you drink too much beer, then it's like
The
ouzo mussels is like.
It's our Popeye version
Exactly,
of
like
the
spinach,
spinach.
Oh man, it's all so good. I can't thank you enough for
Of course.
bringing out all these delicious seafood items. It is summertime, and what I also appreciate is this is one restaurant where you'll go, you can have all these great seafood and fish dishes, and not one of it is sushi, because it seems like
Yeah.
every restaurant in South Florida, even pizza places, are serving sushi now, and
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
whatever happened to like stay in your lane.
Right. Right.
Like Japanese restaurants would have the sushi, and then it became Thai sushi. And now you go into like every steakhouse and they have their own sushi counter too.
Right.
And it's, I guess, a case of giving the people what they want. Sushi
Yeah,
in
variety,
Florida.
I guess.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Florida, like a lot of people eat light in the summertime.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sushi is one of those things. But why have sushi when you can come in and have this beautiful, like fresh, light fish or the grilled prawn? I mean,
Yeah.
it's all fantastic. And I, for one, appreciate it. Taverna Kyma. Let us
Thank you.
take the second break, and then I have a feeling
There's more.
we're going to get inundated with desserts. But that's okay. She's
This is her cutting back.
she's cackling. It's like
Yeah.
an
This is her
evil
cutting back.
villain. And it's like her and Lenore. And oh, by the way, we were supposed to be at Gilbert's tomorrow. We're going to reschedule that show because I think really when Lenore heard that I was going to be away in Nashville, I'm going tomorrow morning, and that I was going to do the show remotely via, piping in via computer, and that I wasn't going to be there. I think she immediately said, "No, we have to reschedule because I need Mike Mayo in the house."
I would do the same thing.
and say,
I would do the
I
same
I
thing.
guess that's a
you.
compliment.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, no, it's
I would do
great.
the same thing.
and again, like Depot and the Big Bite, he wants to see me do the Big Bite. You want to have, 18 different dishes and 4 desserts. Lenore brings out 6 burgers and 2 other
Oh
salads.
gosh, there's a fire behind me. I know I felt something.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look at the very dramatic. Is that the flaming
That's the
cheese?
That's the Saganaki.
Oh, that's the one thing I was going to ask for. I love. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's more than enough. But the Saganaki is just something I enjoy. But the way you guys do it here, like with the fire right at the table, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, that is a very dramatic presentation.
And that's on happy hour, by the way. That's what they're
Really?
doing.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Oh, geez.
My only word of advice is don't go heavy on the hairspray before coming
Right.
to the Saganaki.
Right.
Oh, no.
Correct.
Can you imagine if Jimmy Johnson was
No.
here? Because he, his well-coiffed hair had about 2 canisters
God.
of spray every time he would go.
We have you sign like I do not have any hair products in when you come to the door.
That's great. All right, let's take break number 2, and we'll come back with more from Taverna Kyma with Sophia after these words. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa d'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa d'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sampler that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Feel like getting away without leaving town? Then you got to check out the House on the River in Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful restored historic home with indoor and outdoor dining right on the New River. You'll think you're in Charleston or Savannah. It has a gorgeous patio, porches, and private dining areas, and it offers unique experiences perfect for a date night or fun times with friends and family. It has weekend brunches, happy hour, dinner Wednesday through Sunday. There's also a high tea on Friday and Saturdays, and the popular House of Veuve Champagne experience on weekends. The House on the River is in Fort Lauderdale's Himmershey District, just south of the Science Museum. For reservations and caught me. We're back. We're at Taverna Kyma, and I think we've finally finished with all the light seafood treats. Spectacular, but of course, but wait, there's more. There's going to be some dessert coming, and this is going to be a treat. A new dessert that you yourself have not even tried yet. Is this true?
It's true. So this is the one thing I do know from Mother's Day is we're gonna have this dessert. I've
Okay.
gotten the dessert down. So it's a lemon cake,
Right.
and I just got ice cream. And I know it sounds weird, but
okay.
I just got ice cream because so many people ask for ice cream,
Yeah.
but they don't understand the logistics of like the line at a restaurant. Like I need an actual extra freezer
Right.
for
It's
that.
gotta
So I
stay
just
frozen.
bought a freezer.
Oh, geez.
Right.
I just bought the ice cream. It was just installed.
But you're saying it's a special flavor.
So yes, it's mastica, which is
Mastica.
a Greek liqueur flavor.
Ooh.
kind of
um,
that licorice.
Well, didn't
Yes.
we have it? I mean,
Yeah.
I think
We
we've had
did,
it.
and we're gonna have it again, maybe,
So
possibly.
licorice liqueur
Allegedly, the rumor
flavored
has
ice
it.
cream. Is that
Yes.
go on top of the lemon cake?
Yeah,
or is it a
just on the side of the lemon cake.
Okay, so it's kind of like instead of whipped cream, you put a little bit of the ice
Yeah.
cream, kind of like apple pie a la mode has the vanilla
Correct.
ice cream,
Yeah.
but this lemon cake has the
Mastica.
mastica.
And
ice
I'm going to
cream.
incorporate it with some of my other desserts. So yeah, I'm excited about it, and I haven't even tried it yet. So
Okay.
this is my first time trying it. I
well,
just bought the freezer, bought the ice cream, and I'm like, we do have vanilla ice cream
Sophia-
too.
Okay,
but
yeah, that's all I
I
was
was
going
gonna
to
say
say. Is
some
I
in
people-
case
hope,
that's a failure, I
I
have
hope
a
when you
backup.
taste this mastica ice cream that you don't make the same face that when I mentioned matzo balls.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
No, it's fine.
If
when
I'm
I grew up,
completely
I wasn't
honest,
a big matzo ball fan. I'm not
matzo
gonna lie.
balls,
My wife loves it more than
you
I
know,
do.
they're just like
I've
big
just
leaden
never.
dumplings. No, it's
I've
good.
never really had.
Oh, you haven't even had it.
Everybody
I mean,
who
I
has
may
matzo ball
have-
soup, they're really only in it for the vegetables and the noodles that
Okay.
go with it. The matzo ball itself is just kind of window dressing.
Okay.
But,
All right.
but I'm sure this Mystica ice cream is
Yes.
going. Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
That's the
And if
fun
not,
part
I
of a
have
live
vanilla as
show.
a backup.
Yeah, vanilla
Okay.
can never
So,
go wrong.
Can
with
never
vanilla.
go. Yeah, we can never go wrong with vanilla.
Yes. I'm trying to think
yes.
what other ice. I mean, pistachio isn't a Greek flavor. Is pistachio?
No,
do pistachios
we
grow in
do-
Greece?
Possibly.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
why.
we are having pistachio baklava today.
Oh, see, that's
That's
why
a
I
new
always see
addition.
pistachio
Yeah,
on
in
the
baklava.
different
Yes.
pastries.
Yes.
That's
so
why.
that is I mean I might get like I don't know, people might be mad at me for saying this, but I think that's a little bit of a Turkish spin on it.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It's true.
You know,
Well,
there's like the long fight of who
Yeah.
make
the baklava
best
is
baklava.
Turkish or the Greek.
Well, again, all along the
So-
Mediterranean, there are food
So-
Yeah,
wars.
between
Besides,
hummus and baklava.
unfortunately, real wars.
Right.
There are food wars
Oh,
of like who
yes.
came up with this
And the
first.
coffee, they're big on
Who
coffee.
has the
Coffee's a
claim
big
to
thing.
hummus? Is it the
Yes.
Greeks? Is it the Lebanese? And then, of course, now it's. I just say, as long as somebody makes it good,
I
I'm
think
gonna
every
eat it.
region, even in Greece, every region makes the same dish, but with their own
Spin.
to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you could go to Crete and have something that is very different from the mainland or an island. So
Yep.
everybody has their specialties.
All
so
So again,
Yes.
Taverna Kyma, Mother's Day place to be. There's still availability. Is it open table that you guys are
open
on?
table, our website, you could call Old Fashioned, just pick up the phone.
Okay, there will be somebody that
we
picks up
do
the
have
phone.
people. We actually have people that pick up the phone.
Okay,
it's not
good.
a
Nice.
recording.
No, a lot of
Excellent.
places
Or
now.
press 1 or press 2. We do pick up the
A lot
phone.
of places don't have even a phone, service anymore. In terms of if you call, it just goes straight to a machine.
Yeah.
And then the machine is full, and people get a little annoyed, especially some of the elders, maybe like me, who are used to doing things the old-fashioned way.
Right.
But I'm glad that any way that people want to get a reservation, they can.
Yes.
So it's all
Even for
good.
like Easter, when it was like the phones were going crazy and we didn't open till
over 600 covers that
Yeah.
day. I know
Crazy.
it's spread out. That's
I know.
still a
That's a
lot.
lot.
yeah, it was good.
For a place that's, it's
Yes.
a nice size in here, but you're not talking about a
And we had our patio, we had our lower patio, we had our private room. We opened it up to like for large parties, like families that came in. We had
You were like
Um,
packed.
We're packed, yeah. But the restaurant's so big, and it's like
Yeah, it doesn't feel.
it didn't feel like that congested.
Right.
You know, when you go somewhere
yeah.
on
It's
like
open and
Valentine's Day, you
airy
know.
It feels like a vibe.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like stressful.
Right,
Again,
right.
the interior design here, you do feel like you're in the
You feel
middle of
like-
a Greek island.
No, you
some
feel like you're in
villa
Greece.
overlooking the Aegean, which is
100%.
very, very nice. Let's move beyond Mother's Day.
Yes.
Do you do a lot of graduation parties or retirement parties, or things that we normally see in May and June? And how open are you guys to that? Or you've booked? And what do people need to do if they want to, let's say, have a party of 30 or 40 here?
So one of my main focuses this past year to 2 years, let's say, is we have a private room, and we have like really great menus that are family style menus, or I can customize for you and do, you know, individual meals. But I renovated the private room, and it's very nice. And we do a lot of birthday parties, we even have weddings,
Oh wow.
baby shower, like any sort of event that you can imagine.
Hear that, Lubie?
Yeah.
Wait, not yet.
baby showers, baby reveals, baby, you know,
Mhm.
weddings, everything like that. So we actually have people that, because the room is big enough, it holds 70 people.
Oh wow.
But you could sit 30 and it still looks cozy
Right.
because it's
Not
kind of like an L
cavernous.
shape. So I do a lot of that. And another thing that's taken off that's very surprising, which I'm also building, is catering.
I was
Mhm.
gonna say you guys would be
Yeah,
killer with
lot of
people want to bring it
catering.
into their houses or office
You can't always go
parties,
to
those,
or
yeah.
you know,
Or like
some-
if you're hosting, you just supplement with like
Yep.
a tray of lemon potatoes, or
Yep.
like the Yaya's veggies, or like the salad.
those
so-
green beans.
Yeah,
You could just deliver a tray of the green beans to my house like once a week,
right.
and I will be tearing into that.
Yeah, we have like
Lamb.
people like do like Euro meat, like half
I was gonna say,
trays, you
yep.
know, like a lot of different, you know, shrimp, anything. So
And again, to order for catering, you just go online
Yep,
or
online,
call.
you
Or,
could call. Yep.
it's all good.
Yes.
And
So
another thing, heading into the summer months, still up. It's 7 days a week here.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because some
Yep.
places scale back and they'll start closing on the Mondays.
No,
or no,
No,
okay.
we're here.
Here. We're here.
We're here. And I also did like I actually did a spring menu, and I'm gonna transition it to a summer menu,
Okay.
Oh, nice.
where it's just our regular items,
Mhm.
but just priced a little bit less.
Oh, cool.
Because you want to take care of the locals and
yeah.
get
That's
they
cool.
take
So
care of you during the months where
Yeah.
all the other people aren't around.
Yes.
And,
So we used to call it an early bird special.
right. Nobody wants to
No.
go to an
Nobody
early bird. It
wants-
makes them feel
Yeah,
cold.
it's
But
weird.
yeah, you know,
You
so
call
it's
it happy hour,
yeah.
social hour, or
And I do it from lunch till 6.
Oh
Right.
nice.
So you
Okay.
could come at 6 and get like your regular lamb shank, but it's going to be a reduced price.
Oh, that's great.
don't say
So-
6, say 5:58. It's got to be in the
5:58,
computer.
yes.
They come in 6.
Because I
They're
see
gonna
it. That's triggering other
shoot, I
posts
meant-
on Let's
I
Eat.
do have to say,
The people
my
that go
computers,
in,
my
yeah.
computers turn off at
Right.
6 o'clock.
It's
Yeah.
So we can't even,
right.
you
You
know,
can't override
access.
it.
I can't override
But
it.
what you can do is come in at 5:30.
Yeah, just come at 5.
Yes.
Give
yes.
everybody some time. You look at the menu. You
Yeah.
can put the order in 5:45. As long as you get it in, it's all
Yeah.
good. So,
Yes.
because
That's great.
I've seen those before, and I always side with the restaurant. It's like, well, why did you wait till
Yeah.
5:59 to put in the order? Because
No,
they're
they
trying
do.
to pull a move.
They're
That's
like,
what
well,
they're
I
trying
was
to do.
at the door. You know, it took your hostess so long to seat me, and by
Okay.
the time your server came over,
Yeah.
you know, so everybody has the
Yeah.
Right.
everybody has the spiel down.
But it's all good. But I'm glad
Yes.
that you're going to be developing. Any sushi on that summer menu?
No sushi.
Man, you'll be so worried. And you'll still be having
No
happy
sushi.
hour. Happy hours
Yes.
Monday through Friday.
No, every day.
Every day.
7 days.
Oh, 7 days.
Oh,
3 to
yeah.
6.
7 days.
I think we knew.
Well, I
that.
know we've talked about that, but it's
And
just
that's
amazing.
one
to
of
me.
the many incredible things that you find here
I'll
at Taverna
push
Kyma.
this down.
All right, we're gonna get the seafood out of the way. I
Yes.
think we got to have the. This is the pistachio.
Baklava, pistachio,
We got
baklava.
to get the seafood. Maybe we'll just.
And this
take
is the mystery.
We'll take this away. Oh, and this is the new ice cream with the lemon cake.
Yes.
Oh, I got to get a picture
That's
of this.
beautiful.
And we have our 3 spoons. These spoons are.
No, I think that was for serving.
Oh well,
Yeah.
yeah. Because this,
Place it-
this is
This
a
was
hell
a-
of a big dessert.
These
spoon.
were our serving
Here, let me
spoons.
take that whole scoop of ice
No,
cream.
leave that there,
Um,
and we just
well,
get
no, we want to
plates.
make sure people can see. Oh, yeah, the people
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah,
it.
it's
We're
not gonna
good.
be in the way.
Leave it there. That's
Okay.
good. Yeah, we're good. I gotta get a picture of this.
Yes,
Unless
yes,
you
yes,
want,
sir.
unless you want the spoon.
No, no, no.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I want you to take
Yeah, I want to see
take
your
the
reaction.
spoon What are you going to do? The cake with the ice cream, or you want to just take the
I
ice
don't
cream?
know. I've
plain?
never done this before
Well,
with
because
this.
you've never tasted the ice cream. Here, this is how I
wanna see
operate as
her
a
Okay,
food
you
critic.
yes. I
At
need
some
to take
point,
your
you
lead
want to
on
have
this.
all the components in one bite. But when
Okay.
you're dealing with a new product, and I don't eat ice cream with a fork, I'll eat
Okay.
it with
You're
a
gonna
big
with that big
spoon.
ass
But I'm
spoon,
not
okay.
gonna take
And that's
just
what
a
it
little
is.
bit.
There's
You
something.
see, like this, because
Okay.
I just want to taste the ice cream
and
itself.
By
it's
itself.
No, you know what?
essence.
I want you to take the first bite
Uh-oh.
of
Yeah, I
the
want
ice
you to
cream
try
because
it.
this is a
Oh,
product
God,
that
she's
you
gonna do it
found,
like
and
this.
again, it's the mastica flavored ice
Yes.
cream. It looks like a regular scoop of either coconut or vanilla.
No, back at it be. Oh, look at her. I love that she's surprised.
This is really good, and it actually tastes like mastica.
Were you waiting for it to not be good?
It tastes like mastica. That I'll give you.
Right?
It's strong.
Yes,
You
you're
don't
not a
like it.
mastica fan. I've never been a. All right, this is one of my things.
Bring the vanilla.
I'm not.
Where's
no,
the
no, 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 no,
vanilla?
no.
I think it's delicious.
No, I'm a food critic,
But I
and I
bet you
will
it works
eat
with the cake
things
really
that-
well.
Right.
I bet you it works with the cake really well,
That's the thing.
man.
I want to
Okay.
try it on its own.
Step
It definitely.
one.
First of all, it's a very nice product.
It's a very
creamy,
distinct flavor. It's a very distinct flavor. That's
And
just what
I'm
it is.
not the biggest licorice fan.
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
black licorice,
Yeah, yeah.
even the things in the ouzo. You know, when I was in Greece,
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
drank
pound
a
it.
lot of ouzo because
Well, they
it was
give it
like,
to you after every meal.
I
They
was
give you ouzo.
22 at the time, and it was $3 a bottle. And I'm like,
You're gonna pound it.
I mean, it was fun. But as far as the flavor itself, I'm not the biggest fan of that, like
That's fine.
anise or the licorice.
Yeah.
But here I go. I'm going in
It definitely
with
is
the
true
cake.
to taste. I'll tell you
Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
no,
I think
no,
it's
it
good.
tastes like
I
it
enjoy it.
But
should.
it's not everybody's palate.
Now
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna take it with the lemon cake, and we'll see
Let's
how
see.
that works together. See, now that
I think it works.
is a perfect bite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you have outdone yourself, Sophia, because one of my
I do agree. It does.
oh, wait,
It's
get the
better
microphone.
with-
I
Yes.
do agree. Yeah.
together.
That it works
Agree
with
that
the lemon,
that works.
the sweetness.
Mhm.
That is a perfect pairing,
Yep.
flavor wise,
Mhm.
because you have the sweetness and the the lemony brightness, citrusy of the cake with
Yep.
that distinct mystique flavor.
Yep.
Yes.
And that is a marriage made in
Okay.
Santorini or Paros or Mykonos. I mean, it's very nice.
One and Sophia also talked about putting, and I could see it going with the crunch of a baklava.
Yeah.
Going with the
Or even the
vanilla.
vanilla, I think would be really good with the.
I'm saying that with that because the
No, they go together
lemony-
really well. The lemon with the
And
flavor.
so, job well done. Because one of the
Okay.
things when I was a
really
food
nice.
critic, I would always eat things that I didn't necessarily like on my own subjective palate. But I said the best restaurants and the best chefs
Can find
will
ways.
make me like something that I ordinarily don't.
Yep.
Okay.
I hate coconut. I hate
Same.
I hate the texture
Oh, really?
of
Same.
coconut,
I'm same.
but I like the flavor of coconut. And this very talented chef, Michael Lewis at Q, and he's bringing a new restaurant to Fort Lauderdale called Ukiah. But he used to make something there. His famous dessert was Mom's coconut cake. And I was like, I hate coconut, but I'm going to order this. And it did have some shredded coconut on the bottom, but the whole flavor, it was jaw-droppingly good. And I was like, that's a great chef. He made me like coconut.
Yep.
And this is a great pairing. It's a great dish. Even though I would not sit at home and eat a whole pint of Ben & Jerry's Mastica ice cream by myself, by itself, or by myself. I've been known to do that with pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. This and this together is great.
Yep.
So
Good.
I'm going to drop the mic and drop the spoon and say, let's take our third break. And maybe I'll also take a bite of the pistachio baklava too. Thank you for just slaughtering my diet. We'll be back to wrap up this edition from Taverna Kyma after these words. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway, just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kyma is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m. Indoor, outdoor, private dining. So celebrate life at Taverna Kyma. For reservations and information, go to tavernakyma.com. When I get a craving for real Southern barbecue, Fat Boys Barbecue is the place that I call home. Cooked low and slow with proper smoke and dry rub goodness, Fat Boys has some of the best ribs, brisket, burnt ends, pulled pork, and chicken around. 5 delectable sauces and the tastiest collard greens, candied yams, and cornbread this side of heaven. 4 locations, including Deerfield, Coral Springs, Cypress Creek Road, and their newest location in downtown Fort Lauderdale, 706 South Federal Highway. Open 7 days with great lunch specials, online ordering, delivery, catering, and food trucks for your next event. To order, go to fatboysbarbecue.com today. That's Fat. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information. You caught me. I'm taking more sips from the Santorini Sunset.
Ooh,
I love this drink.
I love this drink.
You know, I haven't been drinking many cocktails lately. One of the side effects of this medicine is just
That
taking
is interesting.
the taste
But you
of
like
alcohol
this.
away from. Like, I can't drink a hard, strong cocktail anymore. I've been drinking more wine.
Yep.
But this, it's so fruity and natural
Yep.
and not overly sweet
It's like
and
fruit
not
forward.
overly
Yeah.
strong. And man, I could crush these. I could probably have.
I feel
4
like
or
it is
5.
strong. That's my fear because the Greek are really good at that.
Masking.
They know how to party.
You said it's not strong. No, I think it is. The fact that I can actually taste a little alcohol means there's a lot of
The
alcohol.
fruit soaks it up.
and
That's why it's like a.
You're
it's like a sangria.
Like
they,
a
didn't,
sangria.
they didn't make it
That's-
strong here.
I'm like, no, it's strong.
It
I
sneaks
look at
up on
Sophia's
you.
face. I'm like, I'm watching them make the drinks. I'm like,
Oh.
that's scary.
Well, that's it. I am
Yes.
completely satisfied. I am
Yes.
so happy that we made it up here
Yeah.
to celebrate the start of summer. Again,
Yes.
Memorial Day is coming up. And Memorial Day weekend, you'll be open all throughout.
You know it.
She said
Sunday,
Every
Monday,
day.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yes.
every day.
Every single day.
at
We do not
Taverna
close
Kyma.
unless
And
there's a.
Don't forget, they also have the new Giorgio's
Yeah, the bakery.
Base-
That place is
Bistro
amazing
and Bakery
Yes.
on Gulf Ocean Mile. That's open 7 days.
Fantastic.
Things are going
is.
okay there.
Doing well.
Nice.
And Giorgio's down, the original one, down on Hollywood Beach, Taverna Opa on Hollywood
Yep.
Beach. It's
Yep.
all in the family.
Yep.
But I strongly urge everybody to come on out
Yeah,
here.
come out here.
Great
Come on,
happy
great.
hour deals. Again, the new summer menu will be debuting soon. And we look forward to getting back out with you somewhere next month. And
For sure.
again, it's going to
We'll
be
figure it out.
graduation and
Yeah, we'll be celebrating graduation.
graduation season.
Yes.
And again, June just seems like it's the celebration month because school's
Yeah.
out.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
parents
I'm
are
like,
excited.
I
Kids are
cannot
excited.
wait.
And your kids are old enough that you don't have to
Yeah, they
stress
do their
out
own
about,
thing.
Yeah.
camps and all that. It's just
Nope.
you don't have to run around taking them here and there and everywhere.
Nope.
I
But
don't
she has
know
to
how you
worry
do
about
it.
school, this and that. So now
I do. Yes.
I stopped at 1.
Imagine
Imagine 3. So
Yeah.
that's it. And my one
Yeah.
is off to Spain, also
Amazing.
the Mediterranean. She
Yeah,
is
blast.
going to
Spain's
Europe across the pond for the first time.
Oh wow.
So
nice.
good luck to Natalia and her mom. They're going to be spending flying into Barcelona,
Nice.
as they
That's
say.
it. That is how they
And
say it.
sometimes she is dying to go to the Greek islands too, my daughter. So
Greece is
someday that'll be a
there's
dad.
nothing
daughter
like
trip.
Greece.
That's amazing.
Nothing like Greece.
Something
Mhm.
on the bucket list to look forward to. All right.
Beautiful.
Tomorrow, it's going to be a home show for Lubie and Defo, but I am going to be the roving correspondent. I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee.
One of the homes of country music.
Yeah, home of country music, but they also have
No, supposedly the music row there
the
is
Grand Ole
amazing.
Opry.
Yeah.
Supposedly
I'm
the
not the-
music and the food in Nashville's great.
It's a great food scene, and I'm
Yes,
going to
I've
be
heard.
seeing not a country band, Pearl Jam. It's the first time I'm
You're
seeing
gonna
them,
Nashville program.
and that's a bucket list item for me. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
about $800 a ticket cheaper than
Yeah.
at the Hard Rock.
Going,
So
flying,
for the
hotel,
price
and
of
tickets
two-
lesson here.
yeah, for the price of 2 tickets that it would have cost me to go with the Hard Rock, me and Val are getting a basically weekend in Nashville, and it's going to be a fun time.
I love
And
that.
Nice. That's
Happy
so good.
Mother's Day to
Yes,
you.
happy
Thank
Mother's
you
Day,
so
Miss
And
much.
to all the mothers out there.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you again tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll be on at the regular time, 1
Yes,
o'clock
1
ish. And until
Like-ish.
then, enjoy every thalocene. No, I don't.
Yeah, you were so good.
Thalocenic. No,
No.
Thalassinot.
You started
Thalassinot.
Thalassinot.
Thalocene.
There you go.
Enjoy every baklava. Enjoy every what's it?
Mastica.
Mastica ice cream, and that's a lemon cake.
Yes, beautiful. And of
And
course, the
enjoy
baklava.
every gyro and enjoy every sandwich.